Hi, I'm Allie.
Hi, I'm Saad.
And I'm Sophie, and today we'll be talking about reflexivity and positionality. Before we begin, let's cover some terms. Positionality. Positionality refers to one's location in relation to their various social identities, such as gender, race, class, ethnicity, ability, and geographical location. The interplay of these identities and their intersections shapes our understanding of and engagement with the world, influencing our knowledge, perspectives, and teaching practices. Applying the construct of positionality, you can ask yourself, who am I? What experiences have I had? And how do these factors mediate how I interact with the rest of the world? This enables us to recognize our social identities, privileges, and biases, which helps foster empathy, helps us strive for equality, and helps us be critical of existing power dynamics which surround us. Reflexivity. Reflexivity is the practice of identifying your own biases, beliefs, and assumptions when making observations. Reflexivity is not performative. It is not centered around being neutral. It is not a confessional, and it is not harmful to research if it is stated properly. Critical theory. Critical theory is a collection of social and philosophical theories which work to examine and critique existing power structures, seeking to bring justice to those who are facing oppression. Critical theory requires critical reflection, identifying, questioning, and assessing held assumptions and beliefs. The goal of critical theory is to take action and to make change.
Identifying and reflecting on your positionality requires you to look at your identities, your experiences, and their intersectionality. A great place to start is with identifying your social identities. This is relatively easy and quick to think about. Some social identity categories are age, race and ethnicity, social class, gender, nationality, sexual orientation, and ability. Social identities can influence the experiences people have, which will impact parts of your personal identity, such as beliefs, values, biases, and assumptions that you make about the world and the people around you. Therefore, positionality is influenced by many factors and closely relates to power dynamics and privilege within society. A few questions to help guide you in critically reflecting and understanding your positionality. 1. What do you value, and why is this something that you value? 2. What components of your positionality are valued or devalued within society? How does this impact your opportunities and experiences? 3. What are some assumptions you make about people based on their social identities? Where did these assumptions come from, and how might this impact your interactions with others? Positionality for self-awareness. Using your positionality to understand and become more aware of your epistemology, meaning your knowledge. How was this knowledge formed? Where did these ideas branch from? Were they taught through people telling you, or did you learn them through observations? Understanding the impact your identity has on your interactions with others, your position in relation to power and privilege within society, being aware of your biases and the assumptions you make on a day-to-day basis, and how your positionality plays a role.
The benefits of using your positionality for self-reflection. The first benefit would be reflecting on your positionality can help you as a learner. Positionality is your combined identities and experiences, which shapes how you learn and see the world, influencing your assumptions and values, letting you know that education is never neutral. And there are numerous benefits. The first being, it helps you by understanding who you are, where your values, beliefs, and assumptions come from. The second is recognizing preconceived notions and privileges, the advantages, the disadvantages that you might hold without even knowing. The third is more empathy. By understanding your position, you become more aware of others and their realities. 4, more critical learning. You begin to question the dominant narratives. 5, finally, ethical interactions with others. Being aware of one's own positionality allows one to be more respectful and responsible. The second and last benefit is cultural competence. You can't fully master another culture. Trying to leads to stereotypes. Cultural humility requires ongoing reflection on your own identities and bias. The first importance to this benefit is preventing stereotypes. Recognizing your own lens helps you avoid assuming you understand someone else's culture. It stops you from reducing people to stereotypes or fixed identities. Diverse interactions. Awareness of positionality improves listening and ability to understand differences. It prevents you from imposing your own worldviews or assumptions onto others. The third is a life's worth of learning. Cultural issues are complex and constantly evolving. Knowing your positionality keeps you growing rather than assuming you have mastered these topics. It reinforces humility and continuous improvement.
With all that said,
Who are you and what's your positionality?